بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله ثم الصلاة والسلام على نبيه المصطفى وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد هذا بداو ذيال ما أنت وحا هالك مرتين نوغوة أو قبجوب نوغوة ميد كميد إنجينير هذا كأفلحي اسكول كGlobalNet ومجد يسوي هاي إنجينير عبدالرحمن حسن
وما سنت مع سيد شرفت لا أقول وسي برنامج كان
آدي أدو ما سنتهاي داوديال صار كيسان عبدالرحمن أو أهنين آدي أدو داير أو بنيرة أو صومالية أو دذالي أو حقبسدي أو تصالة في عنوة بليات الصوماليات ملكسة أي جوغان قار أهم كوا كسوغان ودنك يوكي يخارد يوروب انتو ذا ما دام هيستان فرصة كبرا فرصة هيستان دتك جوغا ودنك هوي دابا أقول waxaan weydiin doonaa injineer cabdiraxmaan xasan maxaa ku dhaliyay in uu IT sameeyo aqoontu way badan tahay shaqooyinkana way badan yihiin maxaa keenay inuu injineer cabdiraxmaan uu jeclaysto in uu barto macnaha maadada loo yaqaan IT
sababaha ugu badan oo aan ku doortay in IT ga barto waxaa kamid in oo meel sare ka gaari kartid IT da within short period of time mideeda kale waxaa waaye salary-ga also muxuu ahay if you wanted to do other stuff, if you wanted to progress your career in the future, then you have like other areas that you can progress to. Koley waxaa bilaabay markii ugu horeysay 2019kii marka waxaa dhiganayay jaamacad marka ma awoodin inaa jaamacaddii wado duruufo daraateed marka ma qaadanin waxaa imaaday I believe it was around end of July last year, and then I started from Network Plus, and then as soon as I realized I was finishing the Network Plus, I took the server, and then within 4 months I was able to get a job.
And markii aad timid 2021 oo koorsooyinka ablowday waxaa ka bilowday maadada
Network Plus, yeah.
Network Plus. But before intaad iskuulkaada imaan waxaa xustay inaad jaamacadda dhiganaysay. Bal wax nooga sheeg jaamacadda dhiganaysay maxay ahayd maadadii qaadanaysay warbixin naga sii.
Waxaa dhiganayay jaamacadda Brunel kulliyadda electronics. Marka waxaa dhameeyay July 2021 during the COVID times.
So meesha waxaa ka muuqanaysa before intuu iskuulkaadan imaan inaad degree haysatay oo jaamacadda aad tagtay Brunel oo aad soo samaysay electronic engineering oo aad ka soo qalin jebisay kadib ayaa waxaa usoo gudubtay inaad macnaha iskuulkaa timid before intaa iskuulkaada iman isku dayday inaad shaqooyin aad raadiso
dhibaatada ka jirta markaa shaqada raadinaysid jaamacadda kuma barayaan sidii oo adiga shaqadii muxuu ahaa xirfadaada wax ku raadiso, so they teach you like the soft skills and all the other side of the degree, but they don't teach you how to apply yourself.
سؤال حاجة تدرسكوا أي ويدين عبد الرحمن أو إليه نقف كهدو جامعة أوتاغو معناها بدأت شيء أقوانتي هذا نقطة كمبيوتين هذا نقطة إنجينيرين لكن وحنا مقارنة إن ضمن جامعات كسوابح أي دلالين أو أي برتين سوفت سكيلز كي كوميونيكيشن كي تين وحنا بدنا نوع سوكلا لكن ولي حاجة أقوانت مركيتي ماذا practical لو جبها هي in the sector or IT sector إن ولي كم غنتها.
There are other problem with the other industries because they don't pay as good as IT, and also you cannot progress like within short period. So say like 3 months you could be a senior IT technician, whereas like if you working as an electrician or electronic, so you cannot do electronics, you cannot become a senior electronic engineer within short period. And also like you have other talented individuals like competing for the same job, so it's not easier to get a job within the say electronics or maybe medicine.
So there are a lot of challenges outside of IT because the demand is not that high, the pay is not that good. Although engineering and IT they have relationship.
Yes.
Overlap.
Yes. Yeah.
But it will be easy someone who's from that background to come to IT and join the tech sector and of course do the courses and get a job within short time. And of course you started from second course, which is a Network Plus, and the reason because you already had a good background in
electronics,
in
A+,
because electronic you know the components, motherboard, CPU, how computer works and all of that. So that's why you started from second course, which is the The Netto Plus.
The Netto Plus.
Tell us markaad bilowday Netto Plus macnaha how was your feeling, experience, ma fahamtay? Expectation. Give us more information about that.
The course was quite heavy, like handed in terms of the practical side, and that's quite good if you are looking to make a career change. Like if you're working in other sectors, like for example, like a doctor or say business, then it's easier for you to make that transition. And also, like if you if you came here and you do all the Network Plus, then you can make that transition really quickly because you had all the practical side.
When I had below now you are ready to start your first IT job. That type of figure.
Yeah, I would say probably when I did my 7th lab, which was like I covered most of the aspects that is required for entry level.
For the Microsoft server.
For the Microsoft server.
Okay.
Like things like creating OUs, adding users into the domain, like the OU.
Yeah, Active Directory, domain,
permissions, and also like giving permissions, like modeling like existing user to create a new user and give the same permission by modeling the other person.
Okay.
The permissions that they have.
Okay. A lot of people on this session, they don't know the steps. Yeah, necessary steps someone to take in order to apply an IT job. So can you tell us, what are the main few points, yeah, that help you to prepare to apply for the IT jobs in terms of CV, in terms of job resources, in terms of interview tips? So give us more main points.
For example, it's always good to have like a CV template that you can like populate your information. And also it's good to have a timing where set of time you can apply to every job opening so that you have more opportunity of getting your interviews. And also like there are ways you can prioritize like the jobs that you get. For example, if you have like think it like a filter where you have your CV. If your CV is good, then you will get calls. If your CV is not good, then you're not going to get calls. So that's the first point. If your CV is not good, you will not get a call. Second point is you get the calls. Are you progressing to the interview stage? If you're not progressing to the interview stage, then your filtering stage, there's something wrong with your filtering stage. You're not answering the questions that they're asking in the like from the agent's perspective.
Okay. So from here, Engineer Abdirahman, let's take the CV and break it down into smaller sections. And say you, there's someone who wants to apply an IT job and they have to build a CV. As you said, they must have a template CV, yeah? And they have to modify the template CV. What are the main things you need to put on the CV, for example? What are the main things you believe is important for someone who is planning to join the tech sector?
For example, like teamwork, having your skills, like for example, Network Plus, Office 365, because that's what we use nowadays for Teams and everything, Zoom, and also we have other. We use other, like for example, Office 365 and SSCM. Because that's what they use mostly in the workplace. For deployment. Yeah, for deployment.
For application management and for remote control as well.
Yeah, for remote control as well.
Okay. So basically what you're saying here, on your CV, you have to show the skills you have, education you have, work experience, and all of that, because they don't know who's Abdirahman, who's Mohammed. The only way they know is what is on your CV.
What's on your CV.
So you have to make sure your CV outstands from other people, from other candidates. And imagine, every single job they advertise, so many people apply that job. So I think the unique person, and the CV is the selling point for you. Yeah. they look at your CV, they have 30 seconds معناها to make a decision.
If they want to pick up the phone.
If they like you, معناها they say, oh wow, this is a good CV, and they معناها say, let's go to Abdirahman. Yeah. If the CV is not good, محي سمعنا يعني?
They're not going to call.
Within the bin. Yeah. So markii CV-ga samaysay waxaa bilowday shaqalaadinta صح but before intaadan samayn ka hor macnaha you have to practice and rehearse and interview and noocaas oo kale ah then kadib waxaa usoo gudubtay shaqalaadinta noo sheeg macnaha website-yadii ugu muhiimsanaa what are the main websites macnaha that you can say they helped me a lot macnaha in order to get macnaha expose myself to other companies.
Yeah, that's very good question. I would say probably LinkedIn, Job Server, which is the largest tech search and job search, and also I would say CW Jobs. It's quite good. They have quite quick turnover, so they might call you like if you apply say first in the morning, they will call you by 2 p.m.
Okay.
marmarka qaar you have to work with your group of people like your team. taa waxay ku saalaysaa in oo ra'yiga kala duwantaan fikradaha kala duwan isla wadaagtaan marka taa waxay ku saalaysaa in shaqadii markaas si fudud ku hesho. For example ani marka shaqada raadinayay waxa apply gareynay probably like 20 jobs.
20 jobs a day?
A day.
That's what good, mashallah.
Marka like but at that time it was very small, so I was probably thinking like 20 jobs is good.
Okay.
Marka dambe Abdirahman sheegay muxuu dhahay you have to apply more so that you get like at least 10 interviews a week. Marka think about it, like if you get 10 interviews, let's say 9 of them you weren't successful, what about the other one?
Okay, Abdirahman, halkan waxaa xustay point macnaha muhiim ah, which if you want to succeed معناها in your job hunting, you must have a good group, connected group that works together. Yeah. So you apply jobs together, you encourage each other. هدي أدي ما تجوك بوصل على عمل وصون هنا دتك وشيء وحلا guys معناها ما تجوك بوصل على سؤالها سنقلدي next time معناها كيف جينا هذا كدكتون هذا. So that gives معناها رنتي encouragement. So how should I say as a team? Yeah. So teamwork is very important, and that's what we do here at GlobalNet. We divide our students into different teams, and we encourage them and motivate them and help them to put CV together and apply IT jobs. هذا وصلنا لسؤال شباب حكمت أهاد صراحة جوابها هذه LinkedIn. أنا هذا سومالي أنا وحقاد أقول بحنا متقنا سوشيال ميديا هذين وقت فيسبوك يوتيوب وأكو بدنا هذه لكن ضد بدنا نفهم سنة لينكدين حوي هاي أصلا معناها جيرم على قوضة لينكدين.
LinkedIn is a powerful tool where like group of people can come together and network, and also it's like a platform where like people like say recruiters can find individuals like talented people to hire. And it's a great way to apply for jobs. You have to put yourself there. If you don't advertise, nobody knows who you are. So you have to advertise yourself.
dadkan hubin macnaha muxuu yahay LinkedIn I'm here macnaha hoos iga jeedaan so website ka daawanaysan aad u jeedaan is macnaha LinkedIn so waxa samayn kartaa in website ka aad tagtid LinkedIn is a great tool macnaha there are millions of people in different sectors hadday noqoto IT hadday noqoto medicine hadday noqoto business hadday noqoto any other macnaha subject or topic so this website it helps you a lot but it's not like Facebook or kala Snapchat halkan ka casheynaya caaw inta ka shidan tahay taas oo kala ma aha waxa loo sameeyay waxay tahay this type of website in a professional ahaan aad u soo gudbiso your details your information your background your education macnaha waxaas oo dhan si showcase oo kala ah oo aad tusayso macnaha qofka aad tahay in aad macnaha muujiso hadday ku arkaan sawir aan ku haboonayn ama waxyaalo aan ku haboonayn isbana macnaha backfire and that's not macnaha good. So this type of website is great. You can create an account. It's free. You don't have to pay anything at all. But before you do that, waxaad u baahan tahay inaad samayso a CV. So waxaa loo baahan yahay your CV and this website they have to match. In isku mid ay noqdaan. So ardada dhigata iskuulka dabcan waa laga caawiyaa in ay website noocaas oo kale ay samaystaan profile noocaas oo kale ay samaystaan oo ay kusoo bandhigaan aqoontooda iyo waxyaalihii ay qabteen oo ay sameeyeen runtii thank you macnaha sharing the important macnaha information.
There are key like takeaways like when you advertise yourself you need to have like a half photo with like a normal background and also like say like you had a bad picture you're not going to get a call. Okay. Simple as that. Yeah, you're not
basically you have to put a professional picture photo adigoo diyaarsan oo nidaamsan of course ismaani xogaa qoslaya kana soo gelisid meesha si aad u noqoto macnaha waa weyn oo qofkan is professional and also the content
the content very important you can differentiate who gets the call.
Okay, Abdirahman waxa ku guda jirnaa shaqadaadintaadii of course macnaha CV samaysatay interviewga diyaarisay website-yada tagtay JobSafe CW Jobs LinkedIn and all of them then what's next maxaa dhacay?
I got calls from the agents just to filter out who gets to the interview stage and they ask you like questions like what's DHCP like then you have to give like an explanation what DHCP is and also they asked like what is private IP address and public IP address so you have to give like a quick overview of like the two IP addresses.
waxaa leedahay markii aad CV samaysato oo online aad soo dhigto waxaa bilaabmaya another chain of macnaha process oo isku xiga bilaabmaya. And first معناها chain of process is to get phone call. So Mr. Abdirahman, how are you? Oh, we have seen your CV. So that's what we can pay phone interview. So how could we phone interview?
Interview stage.
Interview stage
how high I'm interview حفيزك إن لجوا ما مركخار حلقة يابا إن teams or invite لو صدره سي أو لو هاي interview كله يعني here is a teams meeting.
So video conferencing حلقة سمعناها أو معناها through the maybe Zoom through the Teams so you have to be familiar with معناها what is Zoom and what is Teams and how to use somehow. Then what is the third stage?
Like they will give you like for example you would have to confirm with the agents if it's like one stage interview or two stage and this is one like key aspect like some people forget like they don't ask those questions when the agents calls them like how many stages am I going through
expecting to go through
then you can work out if it's like you're gonna get the job like pretty soon or you can work out like what's the length because it can be quite lengthy process sometimes they will say to you we'll give you a call in 2 weeks time
so halkan waxaan ka fahmaynaa dadka qaarkood ku cusub fahamsiisnayn interview is not only one stage there are different types of stages first stage or phone second stage maybe video conferencing third stage it could be face to face some of them maybe they can compress into two stages maybe phone interview then you know face to face so you have to expect different types of process so markii lagu soo waco lagu dhaho Mr. Abdirahman وهي maxay raadinayaan what is the main adiga end game kooda muxuu yahay inoo gaadaan
they want to like filter out who to like invite to the third stage which could be like either face to face or Teams meeting and and the way to do that is they ask like open-ended questions and like for example from my experience they asked me questions regarding the IT and that's a great way of working out who worked in the IT sector and who did.
Okay, so basically wuxuu u baahan yahay at this stage inay ogaadaan qofkan IT ma ka shaqeyn wuxuu sheeganaa saxmiya human ma la hadlayaan waxay la hadlayaan so they have to find out basically the type of person you are and if you are right candidate for that specific of course role. What sort of questions are we doing are they more technical or more like HR?
Both so marka qaar waxa laga yaabaa inay ku weydiiyaan su'aalo ku saabsan CV-gaada because waxa CV-gaada ku qoran hadaa aqoonin shaqadaas muxuu ahaay adigi qofka oo sheeganaya CV-ga matid marka waxa waaye you have to know what you put in your CV.
So meesha waxaa xusaysaa point muhiim ah haddaa CV samaysato the CV basically talks about you yeah so adaa ku dhigto waxaan CV-gaada waxaan aqaanaa SECM I know Exchange I know Office 365 I know the backup system I know AD user accounts all of that so haddii wax lagaa weydiyo waxaa leedahay you have to know
What is in your CV?
your CV
Yep.
xoogaa you feel shame haddii wax lagaa weydiyo CV-gaada aadan aqoon aad dhahday
Yes,
and that shows macnaha you're not ready for the role so you have to practice macnaha rehearse
Safan.
yeah
Safan.
Okay, kadibna waxaa ku xiga HR. What sort of HR questions ay ku weydiinayaan? Dadka qaarkood ma fahamsana waxay u haystaan ama dadka qaarkood ku cusub ama ay tiraadinaya in qofka la weydiinayo kaliya bas macnaha technical questions. Yeah. So
su'aalaha ugu badan ee la weydiiyo waxaa ka mid ahay tell me about yourself and also like this was another question they asked me if I had to call your manager what would he say about you? Marka taa waxaa laga rabaa adiga inaad managerkaa shoeskiisa aad gashato oo aad gadid
okay.
marka adiga inaad suuq isgeyso
Okay.
you have to sell yourself
So waxaa leedahay marka CV-ga aad raadinayso inaad ka hadlayso inaad isdiyaarisaa waa isgadaa waa dhahdaa qof balaayo ka dhacda ahayo waxaan daadsho oo yaqaano oo kala tuuraayo oo haddaa humble iska noqotid xoogaa macnaha it's not good for you
it's not going to it's not going to get you nowhere
you have to show somehow
safiyan
and that's qofka raadinaya macnaha waxay raadinayaan qof dhahaya waxaan waa samayn karaa waxaan waa aqaanaa I did this one in my previous macnaha job I did this and that I used macnaha similar macnaha product or project oo kale
mideeda kale waa in waxa waaye inaad indha adeeg samaysid waayo badanaa waxa waaye shaqada kuma dhiibaan adigoo ayagoo hubin inaad shaqada samayn karto marka dadka qaar waxay ku dhahayaan taasa ka maqan marka shaqada raadinaya waxay ku dhahaan how can I get a job if I haven't even gone to if I haven't got the certification
wallahi Abdirahman boonta waxa xustay dad badan nagu waaleen oo leeyihiin shaqo ma helayaan oo aan IT ka soo shaqeyn shaqo ma helayaan oo aan shahaado haysan waa su'aalaha aad iyo aad u badan oo dadku isweydiinayaan aan ay ka keenaysa dabcan badankooda cabsi macnaha waxay aaminsan yihiin qofka IT shaqo ku helaya inuu yahay qof IT ku soo shaqeeyay inuu yahay qof tusaale ahaan andaas oga dhiga title-ka maanta macnaha how to get into tech job how to get your first IT job without experience so markii lagu weydiiyo macnaha tusaale ahaan xagga shahaadooyinka macnaha wax shahaado miyaa wadatay A+ network samaysay Microsoft samaysay dabcan season ayaa samaysay macnaha wax shahaado miyaa soo wadatay markaa shaqada helaysay
cidi ma weydin nobody asked me like if I had certifications
not at all not even one single organization
none
and you went through macnaha
a lot of interviews
so no one said Mr. Abdirahman can we see your certifications what do you have put on the table no one
and that's why some people underestimate like they're not looking at what's on your paper they're looking at what's in your head and some people like they don't think that way
the reason ka kugu socelna waxay tahay because I have been teaching for the last 20 years and every single macnaha day or week waxa la weydiiyo su'aal noocaas oo kale can I get a job without having qualifications haddaan dhaho skip macnaha A+ network plus certifications you don't need waxay ku leeyihiin macnaha shaqo ma helaya anoo aan haysan shahaado and hadda adigu waxaa leedahay weligeyba shahaado ma la weydiin
shahaado ma la weydiin okay and also like marka qofka waxa lagu garanaya hadduu qofku wax soo bartay then obviously he will know how to answer those questions and if you haven't studied and you have certification that certification is pointless if you don't know the questions they are asking
okay so sidee ku ogaanayaan qofka inuu wixii yaqaano inuusan aqoonin
obviously he will answer the questions most of the questions that they ask
well weydiinaya wax la sameeyay so from your answers macnaha they can tell
who studied there
they can establish if you know your stuff or you don't okay meeshaas ku ogaanaya okay Abdirahman markay timaado xagga khibradda experience-iga oo kale way adag tahay qofka inuu shaqo helo isagoo aan CV-ga haduu ku dhigweliga ma soo shaqeyn so what is the how to avoid how to break that type of circle
macalin sida sheegtay waxa waaye way adag tahay is a loophole marka waxa waaye for example muxuu ahay waxay ku noqonaysaa muxuu ahay how can you get a job without having experience
exactly
marka this is why I say you need to have a success coach who can guide you for example if you have a success coach then you can break that barrier and then get into the tech role
Okay. So basically waxaa u baahan tahay macnaha qof that can mentor you, coach you, macnaha can say to you do this one, avoid that, do that. And another macnaha great point waxaa waa runtii haddaa u baahan tahay shaqo heshid, you have to do some type of macnaha practical job oo kale.
صفيان yeah صفيان.
Helping other people, macnaha building a lab, macnaha home salahan. Supporting other students, maybe you can showcase your success on LinkedIn. You can say I did this and that project. You can build a website if you want to. You can go to GitHub, create something. So you have to show them your activities. And that will help you basically هذا success
صفيان. But then people underestimate the power of like personal projects. Sometimes it can get you to get a new job, and some people like they don't do it. They say like if you do like a small project, be it like anything, like for example WordPress, how to create a website, those kind of skills they are very powerful when you're applying for your next job.
Okay. So هذه كوعاونة سادي أسمي so see بقى that project معناها kind of project أسمي another networking maybe حتى community A+.
Yeah.
You can build maybe gaming machine and you can say I did معناها this gaming machine I installed معناها that application you can take pictures, you can take photos. You can go to LinkedIn, you can put معناها your photos together. As a team you can معناها come together, build something like networking or lab, cloud. You can do the same. So there are so many ways to showcase your معناها project and sell معناها yourself. Okay. Then كده بدنا كسو قدر إنه تلفونك interview وحاسو قدر تي maybe video conferencing or معناها face to face. When it comes to video conferencing, most of them they use معناها Teams
and sometimes Zoom. Zoom.
Sometimes معناها Zoom. And when it comes to Teams itself صراحة iyada lafteeda u baahan inaad samaysid kind of معناها tips and trick oo kale meesha fadhideed معناها background-kaada, surrounding-kaada, the way you put معناها questions-kaada around the area. So is there anything you can share with them معناها when it comes to Teams and how to use it?
Teams, like for example, if you have say OneNote, something like that, so you can organize some of the questions they might ask you in the future. For example, the agency will give you some tips on what the interview will.
So agency
sometimes have.
Oh, okay.
مرة خاروي دعاء إن أو agency.
بس هاي قطع واحدة وجدت يعني هذه شو خلق جايين سوما.
صفيان.
commission كذا ماشي كهلية.
صفيان.
So أنا قبل معكم مع the agency.
صفيان. مرة agency كل شيء يعني سيدو interview كو دعاء. مرة also they send interview format. Some people, for example, مرة شغال رادينيس تذكر دلنيارة خارج مو يديانو interview format. And I ask everyone, like, if you're applying for a job, ask them the JD and the interview format.
Okay.
Because that will enable you to succeed in your interview.
What's the JD, Abdirahman?
Job description.
Job description. Okay, that's good, mashallah. Okay, so وأنا سؤالها سؤال معناها هو جيسا. Okay, so Abdirahman وحنا جيسا مالنتي كوال أتكتي interview لو وعي لو بلامية بل ما أنت نوجش كيسة هيت. Face to face, you faced one.
I went to a face-to-face interview. I believe the company was Go Media. They work in the transport media entertainment.
Okay.
marka safarka ku jirtid muxuu ahaay filmaantii oo dadka lagu madadaalinayo.
Okay. So what happened that day?
I met the guy that was interviewing me. I got there quite early, so I went there. I was waiting in the reception area, and then they took me to the interview room where like they asked me questions about my CV. And also they had other questions, like technical questions, and they asked me those questions.
Okay. So madam, how your first interview? How was you feeling? Over excited? Emotion.
Yeah. Sometimes like my first interview, it didn't go to plan. So like. I would say everyone like treat your first maybe like 2 or 3 interview as a testing.
More testing. Just, don't expect a lot.
To get the job straight away. If you get it, great. But yeah. But if you don't get it, don't be hard on yourself.
Okay. So markii miiska aad tagtaan macnaha how many people are fadhiya meesha oo ka qaaday interview? 1 person, 2 3 2. So both of them are technical or HR and
no labadooda technical
technical لأن حالات قالوا حدا عفومات كو حيمانية قف كسعودة from HR قف كسعودة IT maybe لبا قف from IT so that sometimes حالا جاية لأنه هل قف كاقا from one to another interview they're not the same. So what sort of questions did we do? Malcolm Mesh
so a lot or some of them were technical. Like how would you like connect to your FTP server securely? Marka waxaa inaad tirahdo protocol inaad sheegto waaye oo FTPS and also waxaa kaloo su'aalo kale waxaa ka mid ahaa case based scenarios. Marka waxay ku weydiinayaan for example assume you had three customers say like for example 3 cases where you have let's say one of your clients they called you and they were having payment issues, their system was down. And the second case is like your sales manager, he's having like presentation and he's having audio issue. And the third case might be, like say, your line manager, he's having printer issues. So how would you prioritize these tickets? Given like one is very low and 5 is high ticket number.
So they want to see you. How do you prioritize? So can you share us how did you answer that type of question?
For those kind of questions, it's good to ask open-ended questions. When they like call you, you could ask them like, it's just like the first time experiencing those kind of questions, like issues. Waxaa kaloo jirto muxuu ahay ina oo aweydiso ay habboon tahay muxuu ahay meeqa oo users saameynaysaa dhibaatadan. Marka taa waxay ku sahlaysaa in oo prioritize garaysid muxuu ahay ticketka. So marmarka qaar adaa laga yaabaa inaad samayso prioritizationka. Waxaa ka dhigi kartaa marka medium or high depending on the number of users affected by the issue.
Okay. And a few times I'm trying to xustay ticket. Anaga barnaamijkan daawanayna xawaa dadka qaar waxa ku soo dhacay ticketka caadiga lagu dhoofay camal. So what do you mean ticket? Maxaa ka wadaa?
It's like a system where all the issues like the support team uses. For example, if you are having issue, like for example you're working at company X, then you would use their support system email in order to get in touch with the technicians. And all those issues, they arrive at the ticket system.
So basically ticket waxaa ka wadaa problem to fix.
Yeah.
Someone having issue with the camera or they contact IT and they say, oh, my camera is not working. So
they have to like lock their problem.
See.
And then those tickets will arrive in the ticket system.
Ticketing system. So then they're assigned to someone. Like you, Abdirahman, or maybe another person. And you have to fix your own tickets in the queue. Okay.
And also like when you're solving those tickets, you have to solve them by prioritizing which one is low or high, depending on company how high shuruuc u taala jirto. Marka sometimes it might be like high ticket where they require you to give a solution within 3 hours.
So markii lagu weydiiyay base interview after ka soo baxday maxaa dhacay?
Like for example marka taa lagu weydiiyo waxaa jirto inaa adiga agency-ga haddii lagu soo waco waa fiican tahay because waxa waaye agency they will give you tips like feedback if you haven't been successful at the interview stage, and then some of the agencies they don't do, so you have to go and find out where you have gone wrong, because then you can improve on your interview stage.
So shaqadii kuwaad ma heshay mise maada helin?
Tan kuwaad ma helin.
Okay.
Marka waa taa ku sheegay Abdirahman muxuu ahay, he gave me some hints. Abdirahman. Marka I applied more, so I got like 10 interview a week. So I was doing 10 interview.
Over the phone or face to face?
It was a mix of everything.
Mix of everything.
Yeah. So I was doing those, and first week I started doing that. I got a job.
and especially xilliga waxay xilligii COVID-19 oo lagu jiro lockdown-ka oo shaqooyinka xitaa waxoogaa iska adkaayeen laakiin badanaa ma dhacdo 10 oo kale qofka intuu maro inuu shaqo ku waayo laakiin maadaama xilliga ahayd xilli waxoogaa bit difficult hadda suuqa aad u fiican yahay booming people are getting jobs macnaha even without any face-to-face interview over the phone. Yeah, but xilligaas waxaa laga yaabaa inay ahayd xilligii
it was very hard,
very hard pandemic. So meesha waxaan ka fahmaynaa in xitaa haddii lagu diido rejectionka inaysan dhibaato ahayn. So waxaa leedahay keep going. So what motivated you macnaha to keep going and ma fahamtay not macnaha disappointed and in hore u socotaa dhahdid yes waa si dhaqaajinaya shaqan helaya.
It comes down from like the group that you network with.
Okay.
If everyone's getting a job, then obviously you'll be the next, but you just have to be patient and you need to know you have to apply yourself, the skills.
Okay.
So sometimes you have to show persistence in order to get the job.
Okay. So basically waxaa leedahay istaajin inaad joogtayso persistence is very macnaha important and that's what I say to the students. Yeah. If you want to succeed in life, whatever you're doing, you have to keep going. Yeah. weliga hadhihin oo waa qalbi jabay ama waa daalay no qaamuuskaada ka bixitaa iyada haddaa saa samaysid weligaa ma tagaysid so waxaa loo baahan yahay keep going.
This is very key man, they don't teach this at uni level.
Okay.
So this is very
alhamdulillah that's what we teach at GlobalNet, not only technical but alhamdulillah we help our students in many different ways. And I believe you know the motivation, the encouragement, the planning, goal setting is more important markay timaado dhinaca technical. So maadaama Abdirahman muddo aa socotay aa soo jabtay and it's good qofka rag inuu soo jabo shaqadii koowaad aa heshay muxuu ahaa trainkada marka lagu dhaha Abdirahman this job is yours?
I was quite relieved, so like I knew like I had the skills, it was just a matter of getting the job. And once I got the job it was they like obviously show you what to do. They're not going to give you the job unless they are 100% sure that you can do the job.
فماشي waxaan xustay macnaha runtii point muhiim ah dadka qaar ka hoos baxay oo ah waad ogeyd inaad shaqo helaysid. So that means macnaha confidence kalsoonidaada inay dhisan tahay. Yeah, and that's another key point runtii muhiim ah because haddii kalsoonidaada aysan dhisnayn aad aaminsan tahay shaqo ma helaysid ma helaysid. So waxaa leedahay si walba lagu soo diido si walba aad ku jabtid si walba meel lagu dhaho weligaa qalbi jabin. kalsoonidaada inay hay tahay
si fiican mida tan kale waxa waaye muxuu ahay groupka muxuu ahay ku xirantahay taana ku sameynaysaa oo waxay ku tusinaysaa inaad shaqo heli karto ama inaad shaqo heli karin haddii group oo qaliban askaga jirto waxa waaye
dhibkeeda team adag wana dhexda kaga jirtid
marka oo haddii adiga beri ka maalin soo jabtid oo su'aalaha la wadaagi karto asxaabtaada kale.
ما شاء الله تيمك كابتن كان كوجر ما شاء الله هاد وهم مليانين سكرتيس. So markii shaqada lagu siiyay kadib shaqada maxay ahayd title keeda?
It was technical support engineer.
Technical support engineer. So waxaan noo sheegtaa shaqada lagu siiyay Abdirahman deeda lagu qabtay process-ka martay maalintii koowaad shaqada imaal lagu dhahay waxaan naga siisaa overview fiican maalinta koowaad shaqada aad tagtay maxaa la kulantay?
maalinta aad tagay shaqada it was a lot to take in like if you don't have the experience and it was quite overwhelming when you get the job and like obviously you will be exposed to the different systems that they use and they will give you all your credentials.
Okay.
And sometimes it can be quite overwhelming to keep track of how many usernames and passwords you have to use on your day-to-day basis when you're carrying out those tasks for the company.
Okay. su-aasha waxaan ku weydiiyey waxay tahay sababtoo ah dadku xoogaa cabsida dino fear is waxa ugu weyn oo dadka u diida inay wax qabtaan markii shaqada raadinayaan waa baqayaan markii shaqada ay helaan way baqayaan waxay ka baqayaan marka shaqada aad tagto maxaa la kulmi doontaa
si fiican.
So markasta waxaa u baahan tahay inaad cabsida ma baabi'in kartid ma dhihi kartid waa ka adkaaday laakiin always waxaa loo baahan yahay you have to deal with it. Every single معناها stage of your life, you have to deal with معناها how to tackle and eliminate or introduce maxay the field.
Yeah.
So marka shaqada aad tagtay macnaha ma waxa lagu siinaya tababar waxa lagu leeyahay oo we're gonna train you, we're gonna show you what to do, you're gonna work with John, with Smith, with Yusuf, whatever. Mise shaqadii waa lagu dhiibaya waxa lagu leeyahay here is macnaha you macnaha job do and take it.
taa ma dhacdo macalin waxa waaye marka ay shaqada ku siiyaan waxa waaye ku tusinayaan sida shaqada loo sameeyo. So you'll have to shadow for maybe 2 to 3 days.
So shadowing macnaha maxaa laga wadaa shadowing?
Marka waxaa daawanaysaa qofka sida shaqada u sameynayo marka si beri adiga oo asaga kula joogo shaqadii aad sameyn karto.
So qof aad la fadhidaa la joogtaa wuxuu sameynayaa fiirinaysaa wuu tusayaa si adigana aad uga barato qofka shaqada uu sameynayo in hadhow kaliya aad sameyn kartid.
Si fiican.
Taas waxa loo yaqaan shadowing.
midda kale marka taa shadowing aad sameynayso waxaa muhiim inaa qalin iyo book note yaris aad wadato si muxuu ahay steps-ka oo sameynaya meel aad ugu qorato si hadhowti marka qofka oo without provision you can do it.
Okay, so how long have you been shadowing with someone else?
2 days.
2 days?
Yeah.
Okay, is that the common policy for your organization or is only yourself?
It was just for myself, yeah.
Okay.
They don't do it. Yeah.
Okay. جماعة سامح ليسان شقوينك وحلقة بقى معها حتى ما عندك هو شغل تكتيب معناها تابرأ الجوسينية وحلا كل ميسا ضد بدنا ماشي جوجي أو كشقيناي أن ويب سايت كذا أداون ليسان ويوتيوب أنا حكي لي كرتان ضد بدن أورنتي كبحي سكول كقلن جبيه معرفة عن كشقية أو يجا أقون توذا يقبل دوذا لقيب سنة أبدا كرسي هذا عبد الرحمن وكذا and you need to معناها ما فهمتي listen to them, take note معناها كبروا from their own معناها journey waxa ay sameeyeen si ay u tagaan meesha hadda ay joogaan. So markaa tagtaan YouTube معناها waxa ku qortaan GlobalNet and have a look معناها the videos and video gaad Abdirahman oo kale waa soo dhigi doonaa insha Allah meesha kaga taxnaan doontaan ka daawan doontaan and also waxa sameeysan hay subscribe say معناها automatically oo heshaan haddii aan soo gelino notification ama update cusub aan soo gelino. So fadlan yaysan ku dhaafin معناها this is waxa u baahan tahay in aad samaysid in aad dadka ku dayato IT macnaha ku shaqeeya waxay qabteen waxay sameeyeen and that's a smart way macnaha to shorten your process. haddii qof ay ku qaadatay ka soo qaad Abdirahman oo kale for 20 interviews inuu shaqo ku helo adiga waxaa sameyn kartaa okay na dhahdid let me listen to Abdirahman so I can shorten the process, I can learn from his own macnaha mistakes and that's what we're doing this type of معناها program in adiga ay ku noqoto change ama isbedel marka fadlan ka faa'iideyso Abdirahman iyo dadkii kale ee ka horeeyay oo ka baxay iskuulka and marka tagtaan YouTube of course you can see a lot of معناها different معناها videos and hadda usoo noqdo Abdirahman markii shaqada aad tagtay oo 2 days lagu tusay kadib waxa lagu dhahay shaqadii معناها farxad wixii ka dambeeyay adiga waa maalintii saddexaad so shaqooyinka ugu badnaa aad qabanayso maxaa ka mid ahaa
muxuu ahay badanaa waxa waaye password resets waxaa kaloo ka mid ah muxuu ahay email forward oo kaleenta.
Okay.
So marka for example qof oo company ka tagayo lama rabo marka oo qofka accountkiisa aad deactivate ku sameynaysid in datadii wixii dhan ay baxaan marka waxaa ku dhawaaqaysaa emailkiisa waxaa ku xiraysaa muxuu ahay kii oo managerkiisa si managerkiisa uu isticmaalo muxuu ahay u access gareeyo emailada loo soo diro because some of those emails they might be quite confidential for the company so he will have to find some way to access those emails.
Okay.
And we do use MyMacast in order to set up the email forwards.
Okay. And okay, marka hadda usoo gudubno qaybta shaqada how long aad joogtay ka shaqeynaysay?
Tan hadda mise
midii koowaad oo shaqada?
Yeah, it was less than 2 months.
So shaqada koowaad waxa heshay waxaa joogta about less than 2 months and then what happened?
So what happened was as I was in my first job, I was looking at the market and also I applied quite a lot of jobs. So I had interviews lined up while I was still working. So I had to make time to do those interviews.
So adigoo shaqo helay oo shaqeynayo oo joogay 2 months ayaa weli waxaa waday شغلها انت
شغلها انت
اوكي مو حاببتي شغلتها كفيعا مو حاببتي العب كفيعا مو حاببتي جالنج كبدا what was your motive
so with that job it was a contract so I wanted something more kind of long
stable
term
long term I see okay
so I was applying as I was still doing my job
okay so okay shaqadii ku xigtayna bal ka waran macnaha marka raadinaysay how long ku qaadatay shaqadii kooda oo noo sheegtay muddo ahayd ba second job maxaa dhacay
saa ku sheegay waxa waaye shaqo ku dhigto if you have a job then it's easier to find another job because then you know how to apply yourself in the current market because you have all the skills acquired already so marka waxaa samayn kartaa marka inaa interviewdii oo lagu soo diray iska sii fiirso in advance before you do your interviews and also like you know what kind of questions to ask to the agents before they even invite you to interview.
Okay, so IT runtii way fududahay sida hadda ka fahmay inuu qofka shaqo helo shaqada cabaar uu joogo for 2-3 months anu waxaan dhahdaa waa contract so waxaan laga wadaa contract macnaha shaqo helaysa waxaa lagu leeyahay shaqadan waxaa joogaysaa waa 2 bilood 3 bilood aad joogaysaa then kadib ama in lagu cusboonaysiiyo ama in lagu dhaho macnaha shaqada way dhamaatay oo shaqo kale aad sabto so hadda shaqadii labaad aad joogtaa so shaqada labaad nooga sheekay maxay tahay
tan waxa waaye is like a company that's based in the maritime sector and they use like they are basically like what do you call learning they deliver learning through the maritime sector and the whole point is like we use different systems for example like NFT which is a network file transfer and NFX network file exchange they use what do you call FTP server in order to exchange those files.
Okay.
So, but like in the future, it might change with the new project Elon Musk is working on, Starlink.
Okay.
So that could potentially increase the size. But what we do mainly is we divide those files into
smaller.
Yeah. So that it can be delivered to the vessel.
So your second job is more advanced than your first IT job.
Yeah.
In terms of technical, have you seen anything challenging, anything difficult, anything to say like, wow, this is, it looks shaka adak?
No.
So basically you're saying anyone with an A+, Network Plus, with a server?
Yeah. Because from what you gain through A+ and Network Plus and server, it can be easily transferred with other systems. For example, with my current role, we use a SQL server.
Database server.
Database,
okay.
So we use that to manage some of the assets that they have in the company.
That's quite good, mashallah. So nothing challenging.
No.
What about if, for example, they assign a ticket to you and you don't know what to do? Maybe it's difficult for you. What would you do in that case?
So with that case, I would advise you to check the documentation. It's very key because they put their documentation there so that how to fix those kind of issues.
Okay.
And this can be quite handy if you're working for a company and they want response really quickly. And also in terms of performance, that can upgrade how many tickets the company closes per week.
Okay.
For example, some of the companies, they have KPIs and OKRs. Okay. They use those kind of things to work out how many tickets they are closing per week.
So you have to check documentation, you have to check knowledge base, and also you have to check your best friend, Mr. Google.
Yeah, Mr. Google, yeah.
So you can search online, you can have a look at the answers.
Yeah. Believe me, man, some of the admins, they still rely on Google. Okay. They still rely on Google. Even though they are admin, some of them, they don't even know that.
And that's the IT there's no one or if you get stuck, you try to use your knowledge, your expertise, but that's the main way though. You go back and have other people who had same issue like this and in order to fix the problem issue. Yeah. And that is the common معناها سو كبك أنا حتى هذا سمين ويدو still you can go and Google still you can use وحي the knowledge base أنا حاسس هذا سمين ويدو you can escalate
to like second line or third line.
and escalation means على okay أنا أنت أقان واسمي أنت أقان ويصور أفتي let me pass on to higher levels yeah that's what you do that's what أنا أقول وحي escalation
haddii oo laga yaabo solution oo already meesha documentationka oo ku jirin laakiin oo adiga xalisay muxuu ticketkaas waxaa laga yaabaa marka in adiga lagaaga baahan yahay inaad dhigtid muxuu ahay some of the steps that you took to solve that ticket so that in the future they might go back and use that knowledge in order to close the same ticket.
Okay, so qofka dadka ka dambeeya wuxuu noqonayaa advantage in ay isticmaalaan information noocaas oo kale. What ticketing system do you use in your organization?
With my previous jobs, I was using SolarWinds.
Okay.
But now I use Freshdesk and Kayako.
Okay. But if you know one ticketing system, of course you can adapt and learn the other ticketing system. It's not hard. It's not difficult.
It's not that difficult.
And هذا also good ابن عبد الرحمن هذا وحكى سو قلت شغلي كواتي لبعض you went through a lot of interviews. If I ask you to summarize معناها the main important questions نورشك صدق هذا السؤال أو كوجو أتكا أما صون النقطي most of the time. See that's the كادم بيا أو في هذه three questions yeah أو صون النقطة أصلا هذا هاي anyone أو أبا شغلنا أي تقرأي maybe إن ولا كل من وديه سؤال نوع سؤال
تن badan oo la isweydiiyey waxaa ka mid ah like tell me about yourself
لأنك ما يقانا نحب أن to establish هذا what type of person often we have مسميات okay and that's open-ended questions
so that's the great way of working out if this person is suitable for the current role that they're interviewing for and also what's your weakness and like strength
okay هذا weakness قاعد يمحقق strength محاول جواب جدا تقولي weakness عبد الرحمن ما شاء الله young man energetic very smart yeah I don't believe in weakness ولا هي so how did you answer that question
بدنا دسك خارب حدا عن time management but I say هاي I'm better like I demand a lot from myself so I can be hard on myself sometimes
so you put a lot of pressure on yourself that's a good answer different ways to answer every single person وهالكي يمد لوجا جوابه محي سيكوريات so as long as you know your answer هذا هو دي أكجوابي كتير that's okay and another question
like the other question I said earlier if you like what would your manager say about you those kind of questions they want to work out how you answer those questions
okay
and that might give them some hints
that's good ما شاء الله so عبد الرحمن حسب لما كنت قلت هذا عبد الرحمن حق السعودة what is your future direction of course you don't want to stay where you are first and second line you don't want to say that so هذا محاسب من نساء محادقة نساء and what is the future plan مستقبل منشأ السعودية
at the moment I'm taking CCNV and I also took CCNA so my future projection is to work in like combined cloud and network together.
Okay. So مستقبل حضرتك أنا كنت تخصصته معناها cloud iyo networking because now you finished your CCNA and now you're doing your CCNP Income. Yeah. So and then do the cloud and have المستقبل حقك اللي cloud and networking and that's where the money is. Yeah. And the cloud jobs are booming somehow.
Yeah, especially معلم now like the tech world is like going through a lot. For example, the next like jobs might be like cloud automation, data science, and also cybersecurity. You need someone to protect, like for example, your IoT devices.
Okay, that's quite good, mashallah. Market ماذا حق الشغلة? Do you go to the office every single day, or you work from home, or is both? Tell us, how do you do your job?
At the beginning, I was working like at the office like for like 4 weeks, but now like it's fully remote.
So half of that is mashallah. So you have your own setup, your own desk
Desk.
مثلا with computers yeah so markaa soo kacdo and have shower whatever come to your desk and isla gurigaada laftiisa
So,
That's
they
that's an amazing job
yeah, they send you the equipment you need for the job.
like laptop and
Monitors, yeah.
monitors and all of that ayagaa ku siinaya
So,
sooma so shaqada noocaas oo kale waa ideal job for a lot of young Somali people sooma
so,
لأن imagine qof هذا young waddanka ku dhashay kusoo koray ka shaqeynaya warehouse retail shaqo dhidid macnaha adag is okay shaqo xalaal ah waa but you can do better than that
معلم بدنا some of the companies they bring the workforce from abroad.
from abroad
Yeah. And sometimes it might like some of the people they bring, they don't even know how to communicate well, but they know the skills.
and dadka qaar waa laga yaabaa qofka guri ka shaqeynaya so guriga haddii lagu yimaado la dhaho Abdirahman halkan fadhi waa shaqeynaya dadku sama dhahaan wow macnaha we don't see dadka qaar waxay aaminsan yihiin shaqada IT inay dhahaan mashiinka kala furayo la xirayo wax noocaas oo kale ah dadka expert inuu qofka physical machine uu joogo qasab ay tahay
dadka badana waxaa ku programsan saas laakiin taa xaqiiqda maaha marka way ka duwan tahay saas marka waxaa laga yaabaa adigoo gurigaada joogto waxaa laga yaabaa qof China joogo inaad caawinaysid
marka so caawinay qofka hadduu xagga joogo oo kale what tools do you use most of the time
badana
what sort of issues you deal with most of the time
badana macallin waxaa la isticmaalaa muxuu ahaay team viewer in order to access their
remote device
yeah
or SCCM
yeah SCCM so you can access their desktop remotely mararka qaar waxaa laga yaabaa inay haysto muxuu ahaay headphone issues for example muxuu ahaay waxaa laga yaabaa inay for example they might be on the sales team and they want to use their VoIP so they cannot use their headset so marka waxaa laga yaabaa it might be like a privacy related issues so you have to investigate as a technician you have to investigate what's wrong with this desktop
ما شاء الله اللهم بارك أنا قف غير أحد يقول لي سكر شقيني أو دذالي أو قبصدي أو سميي and the reason كان برنامج كان أسمينا عبد الرحمن أنا وجهه لنا برنامج كان أقول هاي إن ضد بدن الصومالية ووطن كان جوجا يوروب جوجا إن أي فرصة نوع عسو خلا أي سميستان and yes وسمين كتا أول حاجة بهنتا وحيتاي سيد أسميي جل عبد الرحمن إن أدلاشي skills على تمادي جيمس أسميسي وضل عكت أسرتي أن أذن دم وجيسن أذن دم ونقل هذا أنت أسميسي waxaan shaki lahayn in aad gaaraysid maxay meesha u socotay waxaan ku rajaynayaa intaa in kasii badan insha allahu tacaala so markay u timaado xagga shaqada you use macnaha different tools haddaan ku dhaho macnaha noo sheeg saddexda tool ugu muhiimsan oo qof walba u baahan yahay inuu xoogga saaro so wixii u fahmo haddii la weydiiyo uu uga jawaabo ama xitaa uu usoo sameeyo practical iyo rehearsal intuu shaqada helin so noo sheeg macnaha saddex tool oo muhiim ah ama protocols ama whatever ay noqoto oo qofka hadda shaqada raadinaya ay muhiim u tahay inuu si fiican u fahmo
waxaa ka mid ah macallin exchange oo kaleeta waa muxuu ahaay software package oo si fiican in badan side loo isticmaalo iyo muxuu ahaay office 365 iyo muxuu ahaay remoting device whatever it might be you have to know one remoting device
So basically, you have focus on Exchange, focus on Office 365, and any remote devices. How to manage a remote device. And that's amazing. Of course, that's good, mashallah. So what is the message you want to send for the young people who could in the media, on YouTube. Because they can relate to you in terms of age, in terms of so what is your message to them?
Yeah, I mean, I would say to them, you're still young, you're never too late. Come and take the courses, and obviously Maalim will help you how to prepare the interviews, how to put your CV together, and also Maalim is here to mentor you. Yeah, if you're taking the course, that's the course, but you need someone to mentor you, like success coach. And you have a success coach here for free. Why don't you take advantage?
MashaAllah, that's very good. And ugu dambeynta Abdirahman, waxaan sameynaa wax loo yaqaan daqiiqada guusha. in guushaada oo dhan all your success aad kusoo koobto 1 daqiiqo so dadka daawanaya barnaamijkan usoo koob macnaha what are the macnaha building blocks for your success si daqiiqada guusha ugu noqoto macnaha si gooni aan duubi doonaa macnaha usoo dhigi doonaa social media so what is your building macnaha blocks for your success
I would say like take advantage of your time and have a success coach, and also be persistent with like anything that you're trying to achieve. If you're not persistent enough, then you're not going to get that thing. So you can forget that.
Take advantage of your time, number 1.
Success coach.
Success coach, number 2.
And persistence.
And persistence. Whatever you start, do not stop. Do not, don't give up.
If you put into your mind, if you put into your mind, then you have to achieve it. There's no other way.
runtii barnaamijkan wuxuu ahaa barnaamij aad iyo aad u xiiso badan nooga mahadnaqaya injineer cabdiraxmaan xasan oo halkan fadhiyey suu barnaamijkan ugu soo gudbiyo dadka soomaalida ah meel kasta ay joogaan waxaan rajeynaya inaa wax badan ka faa'iideen oo boontiyadu xusaayey iyo waxyaalaha uu ka sheekeynaya dhammaantood ay aad iyo aad dadku anfacayeen